When you're thinking about going to the gym and working out, right? A lot of times it's hard to move weight by yourself, right? Sometimes you feel comfortable, you got somebody to actually spot you. So what does real recovery look like for someone that has a great support system?
Right. So here, what we offer is one-to-one peer support, which is where somebody who is a person in long-term recovery themselves, who identifies and who's comfortable talking about their experience in that world, we walk beside people and help them into that sense of recovery. We are connected with many, many other organizations in the area. So if so for the we we meet people where they're at, we determine what they need, and then we provide the help that we can. And for any area, like we don't do med management here, but we have connections within the community that are able to do that. And we talk to one another and we do what we can to get people the help that they need. And it's something like really different about that. There's something about, and going back to the youth part of things, we do that for our youth as well. And we do it in a way such that we do still meet them where they're at, even if we're a little bit older than them, we can still meet them where they're at and be like, hey, no, I mean, I've been in your shoes before. These are the choices that I made. We don't necessarily like tell you need to change the way that you're doing things.
Yeah.
We just tell them what works for us. And then we ask questions that help lead them to making their own decisions, but making more positive choices.
Absolutely. I would just say that the biggest thing that we do from a support level is understanding messengery and understanding where the word comes from, right? Like a lot of times somebody could say something to you, but if the message seems like it's coming from up here down to here, there's a disconnect. So they may, it might come from a teacher, it might come from a parent, but because of how the message is formulated, it might not be conducive to their immediate understanding.
Yeah.
So what we try to do is repackage that message, right? Repackage some of that and change some of our connotation, change some of our diction in the words that we use to put it into a form that's okay, that's more palatable, right? I would say one of the biggest things here is understanding the difference between, and I had to learn this, is understanding the difference between a sponsor and an advocate. Somebody who's advocating for you all the way around is calling, other facilities. They're, calling your parents. They're calling your family. They're literally tasking themselves with, entrenching every element of your life into their being so they can see to it that you've got support from every angle. It's not just, we're going to help you, get you a few meetings and get you an NA and get you out of here. No, this is from the beginning to the end. We'll meet, like my pastor always says, like, we're going to meet you where you're at, but we ain't going to leave you where you are.
Yeah.
Right. So, that's one thing that we stand by.